In a world quaking with uncertainty, where the shadows of division, fear, and conflict loom large over nations and hearts, a gentle yet unyielding whisper of hope rises from the sacred hills of Fatima, carrying the profound wisdom of a man who lived as a beacon of love, Pope Francis. Close your eyes and picture yourself standing on the hallowed ground of the Cova da Iria, where the Virgin Mary appeared over 100 years ago, her message now entwined with a bold and stirring proclamation: the time of Satan has ended. What does this mean for you, for your loved ones, for a world yearning for peace? Today, we embark on a soul-stirring journey to uncover the transformative power of Fatima in 2025. A moment poised to redefine humanity's path. This isn't just a story of ancient prophecy, it's a vibrant call to awaken, to feel the pulse of hope that Pope Francis nurtured with every word, every gesture, until his final breath. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover could not only shift your perspective, but inspire you to become a vital part of a global renewal. Let's pause to honor the legacy of Pope Francis, a shepherd whose life was a living parable of mercy, humility, and relentless pursuit of unity. His words, like seeds sown in rich soil, took root in millions of hearts, reminding us that even in the bleakest moments, a single act of love can pierce the darkness. Fatima in 2025 is more than a pilgrimage site. It's a radiant symbol of this light, a sanctuary calling us to rise above despair, hatred, and division. The message of Fatima, amplified by Pope Francis's teachings, signals a pivotal moment, a crossroads where humanity can choose compassion over cruelty, connection over isolation. When Mary entrusted her secrets to three humble shepherd children, Lucia, Francisco, and Jacinta, in 1917, she offered a roadmap for navigating a world in crisis. Those secrets, far from being relics, pulse with urgency today, challenging us to confront modern challenges like poverty, environmental destruction, and social strife with the same courage and tenderness Pope Francis embodied. As we step into this momentous year, we'll explore how these prophecies align with his vision of a world where every person is seen, every wound tended. What does this new era hold? Let's uncover its promise together. Imagine yourself standing shoulder to shoulder with thousands, the air electric with anticipation, as the legacy of Fatima unfolds in 2025. Pope Francis often spoke of the transformative power of encounter, meeting others with open hearts, just as Mary met the children with a mother's warmth and purpose. This encounter in Fatima is not a dusty chapter in a history book. It's a personal invitation to reimagine your life and your role in the world. The prophecy that the time of Satan has ended is not about stoking fear, but proclaiming liberation, a divine call to break free from the chains of greed, apathy, and division that Pope Francis spent his life urging us to dismantle. In his encyclical Fratelli Tutti, he envisioned a global fraternity, where every person, regardless of creed or status, is embraced as a brother or sister. Fatima in 2025 amplifies this vision, urging us to rebuild our communities with empathy, justice, and unwavering love. We'll dive into how this moment invites you to become a bridge builder, whether in your family, your workplace, or your neighborhood. Picture the ripple effect of one kind act, one moment of forgiveness. Can you feel the possibility? Let's explore what's coming next. At the core of Fatima's message, as Pope Francis would tenderly remind us, lies not a forecast of doom, but a radiant invitation to choose hope. He taught us that faith is not a grand gesture, but a journey of small, deliberate steps, sharing a meal with a stranger, forgiving a grudge, standing up for the voiceless. In 2025, Fatima calls us to take these steps with boldness, to forge a future where the darkness of selfishness fades before the dawn of compassion. Think of the parable of the Good Samaritan, a story Pope Francis cherished. It's not enough to notice suffering. We must act. We must love with our hands and hearts. This video will guide you through practical and spiritual ways to answer Fatima's call, from cultivating peace within yourself to advocating for systemic change in your community. We'll draw on Pope Francis's teachings, like his plea in Laudato Si to care for our planet, his insistence on uplifting the poor, and his call for dialogue across cultures and faiths. For example, you might start by volunteering at a local shelter or reducing your environmental footprint, small acts that echo the universal love Pope Francis championed. What is coming now is not just a new chapter for Fatima, but a new chapter for you, a chance to live with purpose and impact. But how do we live this vision in a world that feels so deeply divided? Pope Francis saw the Church as a field hospital, rushing to bind the wounds of a broken world with tenderness and resolve. Fatima in 2025 is that hospital, a sacred space where we can rediscover our shared humanity and heal the fractures of our time. Mary's message, carried forward by Pope Francis's legacy, invites us to pray with intention, reflect with honesty, and act with courage. The end of Satan, us time, is not a moment to sit back, but a challenge to reject hatred, to mend broken relationships, and to build communities rooted in reconciliation. Let Yes meet some who are already answering this call. A teacher in Brazil fostering dialogue in a polarized classroom, a nurse in Kenya feeding the hungry, a young activist in India planting trees to heal the earth. These stories, grounded in the same spirit that animated Pope Francis, show that change is not a distant dream, but a reality we can shape. Their lives challenge us to ask, what can I do today to bring light to my corner of the world? Their examples will spark your own ideas, proving that the hope of Fatima shines through ordinary people like you and me. This moment in 2025 also calls us to turn inward, to examine our lives through the lens of Pope Francis's teachings. He believed that every heart, no matter how bruised or lost, could find its way to love. Fatima's message urges us to release resentment, to forgive those who have hurt us, and to seek forgiveness where we've caused pain. This is no small task. It's a radical act of renewal, one that aligns with Pope Francis's vision of a culture of encounter, where differences become doorways to understanding rather than walls of division. Picture a family reconciled after years of silence, or a community uniting to support its most vulnerable members. As we unravel the mysteries of Fatima, we'll explore how prayer and action intertwine to create a ripple effect, transforming not just individuals, but entire societies. This video will offer practical steps to weave these principles into your life, from daily moments of gratitude, like writing a letter to someone you've lost touch with, to bold commitments, like advocating for fair policies in your city. The legacy of Fatima, infused with Pope Francis's spirit, reminds us that we are not powerless. We are co-creators of a brighter, more just future. By the end of this journey, you'll understand why Fatima in 2025 is a turning point, not just for the faithful, but for anyone searching for meaning in a fractured world. Pope Francis's life was a lighthouse of hope, shining even brighter now in his absence, guiding us toward a future where love triumphs over fear, where every person is cherished. As we peel back the layers of Fatima's message, we'll see how his teachings empower us to build a world where no one is left behind, a world of open hearts and outstretched hands. Stay until the end, because I'll share a simple yet powerful action you can take today to align with this vision. A step that could spark a chain reaction of goodness, touching lives in ways you never imagined. Perhaps it's as simple as starting a conversation with someone who feels unseen, or committing to one act of kindness each day. Let's walk this sacred path together, hand in hand, with the spirit of Pope Francis, leading us toward a brighter tomorrow. Together, we'll discover how to carry his legacy forward, making 2025 a year of renewal, not just for Fatima, but for the entire world, as we step boldly into a future brimming with hope, possibility, and love.